Girly, and that if they say anything remotely racist, misogynistic, transphobic, or otherwise inflammatory and gross.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind. Well, today's a first. I just finished a video mostly focused on culture, you know, the secular snake oil that's marketed to our youth. In that video, I spoke mostly about abortion, but the general topic was responsibility and obviously safe sex, and how our culture is failing this next generation. Well, right after I finished recording that video, another one popped up on my Twitter feed, which pretty much falls right in line, so today we got two videos focused on culture and sex. Definitely a first for the channel, but an important topic nonetheless. The video we're gonna watch and talk about today has already been viewed multiple millions of times. I'll show you exactly why it's going viral. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so here's the video that pretty much everybody right now on Twitter is passing around and discussing. We have a relatively young girl here, looks, I'd say, college aged, effing around and severely finding out.
Today, my whole life could change. And I'm scared. Friday night, I started having a burning sensation whenever I peed. Was not pleasant. So Saturday, I went to urgent care and they put me on medication for a UTI. So I started the UTI medication on Sunday, and then that night, I noticed that my right lymph node in my groin was swollen. By Monday, the UTI meds still haven't kicked in. It still really hurt whenever I peed. So I called to make an appointment with my gyno. And it's now Wednesday. My appointment's in like half an hour. This subject is very stigmatized, has a lot of shame around it. But then I noticed warts on my genitals. Very, very painful. These last few days, I've just felt run down, icky, haven't had an appetite, uncomfortable. It hurts to walk. It hurts to sit. Everything hurts. I'm scared. I'm scared. If it's herpes, I know it's not the end of the world. I'm about to go to my appointment now, so I will come back with an update. I have herpes. If I want to have unprotected sex, I have to tell them. I don't know how this is going to affect my dating life. I can't give birth vaginally if I have an outbreak. I don't know. I don't fucking know how I'm supposed to tell my parents this. It's also just painful. And I'm gonna have these outbreaks for the rest of my life. I feel like my parents are gonna be so disappointed in me. I don't know.
Now look, not to be a jerk, and I don't do this to be mean, but this is a true case of F around and find out. The more you F around, the more you will find out. But again, it's one of those situations, just like the other video I recorded, where I don't blame the young girl. It'd be very easy to drag this young girl down, to blame her, you know, to be rude, but I view her as a victim. This young girl was sold a false bill of goods. This young girl, like millions of others, was told hashtag slay girl boss, hashtag queen, hashtag you don't need no man, safe sex, pfft, who needs that? It's 2023. Body count 700? Pfft, slut shame much? It's 2023. Yeah, it is 2023. And you know what's unique about 2023 when it comes to human biology and humans in general? Yeah, turns out not much. Sure, we have all this new fancy technology, but at the end of the day, human biology hasn't really changed. I mean, maybe a little from the caveman era, sure, but let's look a couple hundred years ago. The facts surrounding human procreation remain. Mass pleasure-seeking, non-stop, unprotected sex, that would never be viable. Why? Because of transmission of diseases, accidental creation of life, not to mention all the psychological harm and societal harm that this type of environment causes, which, by the way, I think we're currently seeing. Declining birth rates, male suicide, male depression, alcoholism, general loneliness as it pertains to men and women. You know why they didn't do that in the 1800s? Because it was a bad idea then, and so most likely it's a bad idea now. It seems like we have these young kids learning for the first time that there's consequences in life. You know, I feel bad for this young girl because these young girls have been lied to about the consequences of having sex outside of your marriage, or just having unprotected sex in general, viewing it as an activity rather than a sacred ritual. The reality is, sex has turned into a product that is marketed, packed, sold, and shipped. We are being sold it. We are being told to indulge in it. It's an everyday, constant thing. We're being bombarded with it. And of course, the more that happens, the more we become desensitized to it. We don't teach kids to treat their bodies as sacred anymore. We teach kids, and especially we teach young girls, to objectify themselves and monetize themselves. And this is being sold to them as modern feminism, as empowerment. It's the exact opposite. You are being frickin' scammed. You're being told you're looking for happiness in all the wrong places. Don't go into the loving arms of a man. That's oppression. That is prison. Go into a cubicle and slave away so you can get a 2-week vacation to Cancun, Mexico. Now that's empowerment. You don't need no man. Why would you need a man when you have a Tesla parked out in front? These young girls are falling for it. And what are they left with? Loneliness? Dying alone with 2 cats? What does that give you if you're successful? A big frickin' house with nobody in it? You and all of your inanimate objects? What does chasing pleasure bring you? It brings you a life of regret and consequences. This is what happens when you run around being completely irresponsible without any guidance, chasing whatever's fun or whatever's trendy. Eventually, that lifestyle catches up to you. And unfortunately for this young girl, it caught up to her extremely young. It's a weird kind of thing to be reacting to a video like this, but hey, it's the modern day. I mean, these young kids are filming these TikToks. She was worried about her parents finding out, but had apparently no worry in the world, releasing the entire traumatic timeline to her live audience of potentially millions on TikTok. But anyways, it's a weird thing to be watching these videos, but it's just the current state of reality. It's not a good one, but it's certainly an interesting one in a way. The question I keep asking myself, the question is here, how do we reverse this trend of societal decline? How do we bring back values? Teach these young kids to be responsible, and how do we bring back the family? Because obviously the family is dying. We better think of something fast and act fast, because if the family's dying, society won't follow too far behind. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys on this one. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, friends, and I'll see you on the next one.